This is what I talk about before I go shoot something with someone. This is what I talk about when my friend has a random business. He might do paving stones or anything. They're trying to figure out what should they make. They probably already know the mission. Most of the people I work with, obviously, they come to me at a certain point where they already understand what they're trying to make and where they're trying to go. But the thing is, they don't understand or know what type of videos they should make. They don't see themselves in that position. They don't understand. So I always tell them, create what you consume and use your feed as formula. I know it sounds like some whatever, I'm just trying to rhyme, but I don't know, it sounds kind of hard at the same time. Pause. But the main reason I say that is because you don't need to start from scratch. You need to remix. You need to do what fits to you. You already are programming yourself with this content. So what you need to do is figure out, how does this fit in your life? How do you express it in a way that can apply to your business? How do you put this in a way that applies to your art? This is what people do with mood boards. This is what they do with anything. Examples, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, this is what it is. But for video specifically, what I'm talking about is you need to treat this as your formula. Figure out, do you like long videos? Do you like short videos? Do you want to talk? What type of things do you consume? And then you got to understand, why do you watch it? What about it attracts you? And how can you implant your own message into that video? I'm just doing random stuff too, but for other people, I make way more targeted, exact content. I have a super ultra long-term plan with this, so I need to keep it consistent. I think a lot of people ignore this because they think they need to start from scratch. They think they need to recreate some crazy thing, but you just need to start somewhere and figure out where that can take you. How can you create consistency? How do you learn from that? These are some of the reasons that'll stop you from being on camera initially, and you need to just power through. This is what I learned from experience, especially from the last month and a half. I dropped 61 videos, which is not that many, but it's still a lot for me. You think starting is having a perfect idea, but it's really not. And then you don't want to be copying people, but you want to be original. And it's hard because that whole paradox. But the whole thing is like, you got to just draw inspiration and then just learn from it and spur from there. Don't take it too serious. That's what everyone does. That's why all this mood board, whatever, bro. You just got to remix all the cool stuff you like, elements of this, the elements of that. I like how they write their newsletter. I love how that person designed their website. I love the videos, but I don't like the way that they shoot it. You got to just draw inspiration to create your own formula. Like I said, the feed is your formula. You really just need to create mindset shifts in your head to reframe these questions to yourself. I know it sounds crazy that we need to trick ourselves, but we literally have to. It's psychology used against ourselves and our brain, and us saying no to things while we can't do it. Your taste is your training, which could be aesthetic, which could be whatever, the feed. You're already being programmed. You already know what you like. You already know the look. If you're not the most creative person, you still know what videos you like and for what reasons you need to evaluate that and understand. You don't have to reinvent. You could just remix. You could just take all that inspiration and remix it. Stop trying to do some deep, crazy things all the time. Those ideas will pop into your head regardless, but you got to keep the motion. You got to keep creating. And the moral of the story is everyone's stealing stuff. Not that we're stealing, we're remixing. We're drawing inspiration from totally different parts of the world. I could go to the zoo and get inspiration. I could whatever, completely different fields. If you just take something directly, that's one thing, but you can draw inspiration from so many different ways. I could go to, this is so random. I could be sitting on a train, see another train pass by, and I'm like, oh, I like the design. I like the typography, and use that for something that I do. So you got to draw inspiration of life, not just one field. And that's how you kind of get the feed, all the things that you like in your life merged together. You just need to keep it simple and keep going, because this is what I'm doing and this is what you need to do. I've helped many people do it. I'm doing something against the algorithm. I am doing it the hard way. Pause. But the main thing is like, I'm literally not trying to copy trends. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you value. You just need to keep it simple and keep going, because It's a process. Especially YouTube is the hardest thing. Shorts, Instagram, all that stuff I'm going to do next. That is way easier. I could go viral on Instagram so easily because you could just reverse engineer everything that works. And that's another thing you could use for your brand, is just reverse engineering things that worked. Just take the template and apply it to something for you. How do you flip one solution in your business to that formula? Whatever it is, I don't know. These are things that are so much easier when I talk to a person in real life and can help them directly. From all those mindset shifts, these are just some actionable steps that you could take today to really work towards building your brand and shooting videos. You got to find some creators. I'd say pick like 5 creators that you like. What do you like about them? Is it the tone of their voice? Is it the visuals? Is it the way they do their text? What about it is so cool and interesting to you? Why do you keep watching? What did you learn from that video? Really write down and reverse engineer what they did and what inspires you. And then do more than that. Depends on what it is. And then really calculate and see what things you could take away from that, what things you could add from this. How can you put something else from the world outside of that into your videos? And there's so much inspiration from so many areas. You just got to be open, keep your eyes open. After you understand what type of aesthetic and what type of vibe for the video, how can you mix in your personal business or skill set? If you're a business owner, say you do paving stones or something like that, how could you teach people and entertain them in that style? Think of the way that it's told. Think of the solutions to the problems that people have and the questions you get asked every time. How can you make videos to answer those questions before? You also need to make it into a formula and a format that you could continue to do. If you can't keep doing it, you're going to set the bar so high. This is why those YouTube channels just die. They do these big crazy videos and post 3 times every 3 years, or they post like every 3 months. Why would you want to do that? I create things that can create consistency. Can I do better stuff? Yeah, obviously. But the point is, I can continue doing this. And I think the value that I am putting into the video is better than the cinematic qualities. It's because I have other channels for that and I'll post less on that. But if you're directly trying to make money or market your art to make content, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to focus on: consistency. You need to keep testing. You need to keep tweaking it and keep repeating it. You need to keep figuring out what works. Take this piece out, put this piece in. Keep taking pieces out and putting pieces in like a puzzle, like a beta software, like I said in the other video. It's literally making software. You're making your operating system for these videos. You're taking this out, putting this in. That code didn't work, put in the other one. You have to keep trying. That's why I keep reminding myself every single video, every single time. You got to just keep going. Keep reminding. People don't care because you know what? Probably like 20 videos from now, I'll be way better and already had a whole new formula, a whole new format. People don't care. Like I said, people don't even remember the past of anything if you're winning. It doesn't even matter. And the last thing to merge everything together is to document your journey and just merge it with your life. If you keep doing things that are so hard to do, if you're trying to always go out of your way to make videos, you're not going to stick to it. And that's beyond just the consistency. That's really about the psychological aspects and in your mind. Are you going to stick with it? Then you're always going to question yourself. You're always going to talk yourself out of it. You want to talk yourself up. You want to be motivated to do these videos. And I just had to make this quick video as I got off a phone call. I don't know if any of these videos are quick. I have no idea. I try to make them shorter. But the main thing is originality will come from your remixing. It'll show all these elements and different things from your life. And I think you will have an interesting story and you have an interesting skill set. So as all these things merge together, it'll create your own personal voice for your brand. And you just need to keep going. Just keep going and posting. I don't know what else to tell you. This is what I'm doing. And that's what I do with my other brands. I get stuck on perfectionism and I don't even want perfectionism. So the main thing is you don't even know which videos are going to hit. And those things could really help your brand, could really help your business. And beyond that, for me, I just love connecting with people that are like-minded and really love the same things. So we can have a conversation about real stuff and I don't got to talk about sports or, yeah, sorry, sports people. I don't know. Shit's not fun to me. But yeah, I don't know. Create what you consume. That's it.